It was interesting because I've always thought of shalom as something like you say in a greeting to other people, but after the weekend I really saw shalom as an invitation, kind of an invitation from God to bring shalom to the world around us and to the people in our lives.
Each culture, each nation is called to be under this plan with God.
Even though like my life isn't like, woo, it's perfect, it's like, wow, I know what I can do now. It's just like so much better now.
This is an issue that I haven't paid attention to since I've gotten here, that I paid attention to when I was back home, and I felt like this was like the perfect time to like revive that like passion in me.
My understanding of Jesus as a person has grown some.
I wasn't really sure what to expect before I went. I hadn't thought much about my ethnicity or what it meant for me, but when I went I realized that these are probably ideas that I should think about.
I almost put it at the last minute because I had too much work, but then I guess God's plan was that I go and I really enjoyed it when I got there.
I'm Angela Torres and I went to Urban Dip.
So my name's Steven and I went to IV's Asian Family Night.
My name is Cameron and I go to Mark City.
My name is Kyle Hua and I went to White Family Night.
My name is Kunis and I'm part of Roby's small group.
My name is Mark Kuske. I went to PCM in Focus.
My name's Ashley and I went to Urban Dip.
That we were trying to explore God's heart for justice.
I guess when I start thinking back to Urban Dip, the first thing I think about is the fact that when I went in, I was just so tired physically and mentally.
So we learned the concept of shalom, which is a restoration of God's like perfect plan for this world, for this broken world. And as I was learning that, I feel like God was restoring shalom inside of me and just bringing back this purpose that I had lost and this like love and passion for the underserved.
It was an amazing weekend because not only did we get to serve, but I got to really see community in the people who were serving us on Saturday morning and in the church at the Dream Center on Sunday mornings.
Like all the biblical basis for God's heart and how much He really, really wants us to be a part of restoring justice.
But I got to see people really working to make a difference in other people's lives, and also I saw people that needed a difference to be made in their lives.
It was just a small gathering.
It was a pretty quick thing. It was only 2 hours.
It's a setup where you can talk about sort of matters that affect you comfortably.
I guess I was a little skeptical that we could engage meaningfully in something as complex as like culture and ethnicity and what it means to be multicultural in like an hour or two.
Being from Africa, I'm used to being everybody around me being black, so that was like being back home a bit, and you feel more comfortable to like worshiping in a particular way, or like the people around were so friendly that you just feel free in expressing yourself about things that you would normally not be brave enough to talk about.
I think it's easy as someone who identifies as white to focus on the negatives in my ethnicity, but going to White Family Night, I realized that there are negatives and positives in every ethnicity, and that God, as the creator, has created a lot of positive things associated with my ethnicity.
I mean, everyone is different, everyone comes from a different background, and you don't have to like water it down or like pretend that there aren't any differences to have a multicultural, multi-ethnic community.
And so, since White Family Night, I think I've been on a journey in which I've come to further understand the value that I can find in my ethnicity and in others, and the value that God has created in all of us.
There are a lot of things that we just kind of assume, and it was good for me to be able to think through some of the assumptions I have.
I've been more open to reaching out to people that I would normally not talk to or completely ignore, or people I felt uncomfortable talking with or just didn't like outwardly?
I guess the best thing to happen this quarter, aka my life, was my acceptance of Jesus.
It seems like we spent a lot of time talking about the stuff he said, which he did say a lot of things, but he also did a lot of things.
This quarter I realized I needed Jesus in my life.
It's been good for me to have contact with freshmen outside of my dorm. That's been good. I really enjoyed that because right now the study besides Ty is all freshmen.
The concept of putting like 10 strangers in a room and talking about the Bible can be really awkward, but throughout the past couple weeks we've really known each other.
First we read it, and then we look for, we make observations, and we ask questions, and we discuss the questions, and then we do an application, and then that takes a good 2 hours.
It's great because we get to like read the Bible and then not only just like read it and contemplate it, but like act it out. So in Roadley, like we do all sorts of things like prayer buddies called putty game. So we prayer buddy with others, and we also do like real life applications like take out trash.
I guess doing things because Jesus did things.
I realized that there's a reason why I'm here, and just to figure out the reason is just like amazing.
I would recommend that you start to, I don't know, maybe think about topics like culture and ethnicity and what it means to live in a campus that's diverse and to be a part of a fellowship that's also really diverse.
I mean, if you ever have the chance to go to such a conference, go.
Plus everybody was like, yeah, it's really sick, so I jumped on.
It was great. I had a lot of fun this quarter, and I can't wait for next quarter.
Any other questions?